So here we are. We have survived that crazy, hectic pace of July. We got through the lunar eclipse intact, and we have just gone into August. One of my clients said to me earlier today, haven't we just gone through a rebirthing? Isn't this all about recalibration with changes and huge shifts? So tell me, why am I not feeling all squeaky clean and bubbly yet? Why do I still feel as if I'm in the waiting game? And he said to me, I feel a little bit like I have the picture for the jigsaw puzzle right in front of me. I just don't have all the pieces on the table yet, so I can only complete a little bit of the picture. I feel like I'm waiting for the rest of the puzzle pieces to be tipped out onto the table so that I can get started and I can really get things going. Now, if this sounds where you are right now, then stay tuned, because it's a little bit like the name of the game right now is pressure, pressure, push, push, squeeze, squeeze, stress, unbelievable stress. It's saying hurry, hurry, hurry. And then when we're all hot and flustered from rushing around doing everything that needs to be done, it's almost as if it's sitting there saying, I'm not quite ready yet, so take a load off. Wait a moment, I'll be with you in just a sec. It's enough to make us tear our hair out with frustration because we know that there are changes. Check. We know there's a lot of pressure. Check. Oh my word, we know it's uncomfortable. Check. We know that things are being moved out of our life so that new energy can be birthed. Check. So when is the pressure going to release and we can start to see things coming together? My name is Schoning. I'm from the Soul Lighthouse, and I'm here to tell you that August carries all the power of new beginnings. They are there. They are right there. We can see them almost. It's almost as if they're behind a glass window and we can almost reach out and touch them. Now, for some of us, our new beginnings are already happening, but for some of us, it feels like we are standing with our noses pressed against the window, flattened noses looking at our new beginnings and just waiting, waiting, waiting for the shop to open so that we can go in and we can get them. Now, from a numerological perspective, this month resonates with a 19-1 energy. It dances with the power of Mars. And as we know, Mars is that commander-in-chief. It's the sergeant major, the driver, the whip yielder, the discipliner of note. It is the full-blooded warrior. It's robust with pure yang, divinely masculine energy. And it's the energy that we need for survival and safety on the one hand, and the power and the passion to create new beginnings on the other. All good so far, right? It's exciting, it's wonderful, it's empowering, it's impassioned. So what is the problem? Where is the delay? Well, there are a few things that you need to just keep in mind. If you follow Western astrology, Mars right now is in Aquarius, independent, aloof, strong, individual Aquarius. But if you follow Vedic astrology, Mars is still in Capricorn, hardworking, nose to the grindstone, delayed gratification, Capricorn. So which one is right? Well, I work with Vedic astrology, but here is the reality. If enough people believe something to be true, it creates a field that we call a collective consciousness. And if that collective consciousness has enough buy-in, it starts to form its own resonance, its own vibration, its own field of truth. So if you believe in Western astrology, you will see the independent, aloof energy of having to do it all yourself, carrying it all on your shoulders yourself, not having anybody else to support you while you're going through it. You will identify with the lone warrior, in other words. If you believe in Vedic astrology, you will resonate more with the, oh heck, this is bloody hard work. It's an uphill battle. I have to fight through this before I can reach a space of breakthrough. If, like me, you're able to see both viewpoints, you will be able to see where those two perspectives start to marry. And so maybe it's about time now that you reach for the vitamin B12 so that you've got some extra energy to get you through the month. The second thing that you need to remember, Mars is in retrograde until the 27th of August. And if you followed my last report for July, you'll remember that I spoke about how stroppy and how moody and belligerent Mars can be when it's in retrograde. So if you are feeling frustrated and irritable and a little bit snippy and snappy with those around you or the situations that you're in, it's bang on target. It also explains why other people might be ratty and moody and miserable and snippy and snappy with us. Retro Mars is less of the strategic, seasoned battle chief and astute warrior, and it's more like that mean sergeant major that is making us do extra push-ups, making us make our bed just so with the very strict ironed corners, and then run 20 miles before breakfast. Because Mars is the commander-in-chief. It is the one that is able to see the battle strategy, instruct the troops, and then roll up its sleeves and fight until the war is done. But we need to be aware that in retrograde, it's like all of those things kind of like run out of steam. And Mars is sitting off in a pub somewhere, having a few drinks, getting dronk verdriet. And dronk verdriet is a beautiful Dutch and Afrikaans phrase, which means getting into your cups and getting a little bit maudlin and feeling a little bit sorry for yourself and completely forgetting the time and the objective. And so when he finally does get to the battleground in the morning, he has one hell of a hangover and he's taking it out on everybody and everything. And then, of course, let's not forget that it's not just Mars in retrograde right now. We've got two big energies. We've got Saturn and Mercury in retrograde right now. We've got Pluto and Neptune in retrograde, and then, oh joy of joys, we've got Uranus going retro on us on the 9th of August. And what that has the ability to do is to create disruption and erratic energy and abrupt changes into our space. Like we need more change, right? Uranus is all about equalizing what's going on the internal with our external landscape. So what does all of this mean? Well, the bottom line is this: we're in a space of massive change and huge shifts in our inner consciousness, and we're going to see the manifestation of all of that happening in our outer world this month. Even if we're starting off August feeling like we're standing outside the sweetie shop with our noses flattened against the glass and we're waiting for the shopkeeper to come and open up so we can get things going. We are in a massive, massive month of shifts and changes, and we will see that the manifestation is going to begin this month. What you need to know is manifestation is not a once-off event. So it is not something that we get to and it's a once-off event. We're going to see changes, almost a springboard of changes, almost like a loop effect of changes that are happening and manifesting, but slowly. So the image I want you to have in your mind is, you know, those conveyor belts that you have at the airport, and they transport you through those impossibly long corridors, and you get onto them at one end and they slowly, slowly trundle you along. And they move so slowly, but they get you there in the end. We are in this kind of energy, and I want you to think of that conveyor belt analogy as we go through the next 6 months. Inner changes, outer manifestation. Outer changes, growth of inner awareness. And it is a slow process. It is a series. It is not an event. All year, I have been telling you that the first 8 or 9 months of this year were all about inner shifts and bloody hard inner work. and that we would see the results of this as we moved into the last quarter of this year. That the end of this year was about seeing the changes of all this inner manifestation beginning to appear on the outside. Where we are now in August, you want to think of this as the bridge between the inner shifts and the outer manifestations. And as I say, it's a process, not an event. There is a divine flow at work. We cannot fight it. We cannot resist it. We cannot oppose it. Whether we like it or not, the universe is pushing us down a cosmic river. And the only thing that we can do right now is to surrender to the flow. And I know that that's not an easy thing to do, but it will not go faster. It will not go slower than what is and what is happening right now. And so what we need to do is we need to surrender to that concept of divine timing, divine flow, divine synchronicity. If we have any Doctor Who fans who are watching, as the Daleks say in Doctor Who, resistance is futile. Surrender is the name of the game for this first part as we go through August. But that doesn't mean stop and do nothing and just wait. It means create the discipline within and without, so that your inner warrior doesn't have permission to just go and sit in the pub, getting into his cups, getting all drunk verdriet, getting all moody and grumpy and ending up with a huge, massive hangover. Disciplining our inner warrior means that we have to keep honing and toning the spiritual muscle, the mental muscle, our emotional muscles, our financial and our physical muscles, so that we are ready to spring into action when the call comes. We need to do the work that needs to be done. We need to keep alert, we need to keep mindful, and we need to be aware that the universe is pushing us down this cosmic river. So read the signs and surrender to the endings so that the power of the new beginnings can start to come our way. Change is unsettling. We know this. Not all change comes with a winning lottery number attached. In fact, I don't know anybody who has won big on the lottery. Yeah, maybe won 20 euros or 30 euros or maybe even 500 euros here and there. But I don't know anyone who has hauled in the 90 million euro lottery win. So it would be wonderful if change came with a huge lottery winning number. But the reality is most changes come in the form of endings, dead ends, backtracking, tangents, diversions. And a lot of changes require blood, sweat, and tears to make them manifest. And remember what Robin Sharma says. He says, change is difficult at first, it's messy in the middle, and it's glorious at the end. We are in that messy middle bit. But we will get to the glorious at the end bit, and sooner than you think. So short and sweet, I hope that this has resonated with you, that it makes sense for you. If you would like to know how this month's energy impacts on your unique situation, get hold of me. My contact details are in the link underneath this video. But take care, have an empowered, powerful month. And I will be back with you soon. My name is Sue. I'm from the Soul Lighthouse. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.